Hey everybody, how's it going? Just wanted to take a quick little break from my top 100 countdown, do a little vinyl finds. And by vinyl finds, I mean vinyl finds on my phone, shopping on Amazon, because I just haven't been out to the record store, except I did make one trip. So one of these is actually a find, if you will, and it also happens to be a Grail. How exciting is that?
Behold, Arthur, this is the Holy Grail. Look well, Arthur.
A Grail. Yeah. So anyway, first I will start off with a CD that I bought, and I wasn't even aware that this was a thing. I didn't realize they had released this. I had this album already as part of another album by this artist on CD. I'm talking about REM and their EP Chronic Town. Finally, a standalone CD that had been a part of their Dead Letter Office, which was kind of an odds and ends, B-sides, and just kind of rarities album. They kind of packaged them as a 2-for-1. So finally glad to have this. I had it on cassette and vinyl, but just really wanted to get it on CD because that's the completest that I am. So I haven't listened to it yet. It's still sealed, but I'm sure it sounds amazing. Okay, on vinyl, picked this up off Amazon. I've been looking for this album for a while. The Stooges' debut album, Iggy Pop, Detroit's own Iggy Pop. I mean, what can be said about this album? One of the earliest albums in the punk rock, I guess you could say, genre. One of the most seminal albums in the garage rock, punk rock movement. But 1969, I Want to Be Your Dog is on here. No Fun is great. Little Doll, fantastic. Love the cover artwork. Looks sort of like the Doors' first album a little bit, but so much to love about this album. I'm on the lookout for Funhouse as well. But what better way to start your Stooges album collection than with this masterpiece? So yeah, I mean, it's very cool. And I love the lyrics, like for 1969, are just kind of, in some ways, they're kind of silly. Oh my and boo-hoo. You know, the rhymes are inconsequential. It's just the whole punk attitude that they had. But I love it. And Iggy Pop puts it across so well. Like, look at just pure punk attitude and their expressions on here. But yeah, amazing record. I've been getting into the Replacements a lot lately. Had this one on CD, decided to pick it up on vinyl. Pleased to Meet Me, great album from, I think this was 1987. And yeah, the tribute, I guess you could say, to Alex Chilton is on here. I Can't Hardly Wait is another great song on here. But even some of the deeper stuff, like Playing Dirty Pool, is very cool. I love, what do you call that? See, the typing on here is so small. Nightclub Jitters is great. Kind of got that lounge feel a little bit to it. But yeah, Paul Westerberg and the Replacements, totally digging them lately and picked that one up. Then we got Lou Reed, Velvet Underground, Loaded. The reason this was called Loaded is because Lou Reed wanted to load this with radio hits. And damn, you got a song like Who Loves the Sun, which sounds nothing at all like the Velvet Underground. You won't convince anybody this is the Velvet Underground who hasn't heard this track before. They're like, that is not the Velvet Underground with those harmonies. Ba, 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 ba. Like, no way. But then you've got classic Velvet Underground stuff like Sweet Jane and Rock and Roll, which I believe it was Alice Cooper just covered on his Detroit Stories album. Lonesome Cowboy Bill is amazing. Oh, Sweet Nothing. Great Velvet Underground album. I've been building a Velvet Underground collection, and that one is one of my favorites. And then my Grail.
The quest for the Holy Grail.
God be praised.
Now, to be fair, it's not an original pressing, so it's sort of a mini Grail, but still a substantial album for my collection. Nonetheless, if you're a Beach Boys fan, you know exactly why this is incredible find. Beach Boys, Stacko Tracks. This is a 1994 repress, but have not seen this album anywhere. And I'll take a repress. This was about 25 bucks. And considering I don't see this album in any form, I had it on CD, but now just to have it in great shape, a repress don't matter. This will tide me over until eventually, hopefully, I do find an original pressing from the 60s of this, but this is an all instrumental album. And it was Capitol who hit upon the great idea, like, you know what people want to do? They want to sing along with their favorite Beach Boys hits because we all have voices as beautiful as the Beach Boys do. And we can all, with our family, replicate those gorgeous harmonies. Like, what were you thinking, Cap? Like, seriously, are you kidding me? But they did. And I don't think it sold that well because it's so hard to come by. It was really kind of a stopgap, I think. Really a money-making kind of enterprise. You sing the words and play with the original instrumental backgrounds to 15 of their biggest hits. So we got Darlin', Salt Lake City. Hey everybody, gather around the turntable, gather around the hi-fi. We're gonna sing Salt Lake City. Everybody ready? I just can't see it happening, you know, or do it again in my room. In my room, really? There's a world where no, nobody wants to hear you singing the Beach Boys' 16 greatest hits, even with the original instrumental backing. They just don't. And you're going to forget the words. This probably originally came with a booklet with the lyrics, but nonetheless, nobody wants to hear your average person singing along. So this was a terrible idea, but I'm glad I got it because it's so rare, and I'm a completist, if I haven't mentioned that before. So yeah, happy to have it. And yeah, I wish I had more to show, but been slim pickings, haven't made it out to the record stores very much lately, but hopefully that will change come in the fall. So anyway, hope you're doing great. Take care.